Welcome if this your first time on the channel. Today we talking Chris Bosh and why Rich Paul came out and said what he said. Miami wasn't a big three. I'm going to break it down, and it got a lot to do with this guy behind me in the picture. They don't like how players talk about him. They want it to just be a LeBron Jordan debate, but it's not for people that have seen the game. So we're going to get into Chris Bosh and what he's saying. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Click that like button. Let's go.
I'd like to share a lesson I learned from him. It was 2008.
Yeah.
The Redeem team was formed.
Yeah.
And we were in Vegas for the start of training camp, and we were getting ready for the Olympics in Beijing. We're going to head to Beijing. And I wanted to establish myself as a young leader on the team by waking up bright and early. Day one.
Yep.
So the goal was to be the first one at breakfast.
Okay.
So I set my alarm. I make sure I'm up by sunrise. I get out of bed. I put on my gear and I head downstairs.
Make sure you subscribe too.
When I get there, Kobe's already there.
Click that like button too.
With ice packs on his knees, drenched in sweat. Now, it took me a minute to figure it out, but this guy wasn't only awake before me.
Yeah.
He had already worked out.
What?
He had just played in the finals days earlier. Meanwhile, I'd been off for months and I was still exhausted. What he had done that morning was incomprehensible to me.
Word.
That dedication he had only days after falling short of an NBA championship. That taught me something I've never forgotten. Legends aren't defined by their successes. They're defined by how they bounce back from their failures.
Boom. This how he talking about Cole. Like, yo, Cole set the tone for that 2008 Olympics. We couldn't win before Cole. They couldn't. They was going over there getting destroyed. Gold medal, Olympics, then the international game, they got destroyed. They wasn't winning gold. They coming back with bronze medals and stuff. He like, man, Kobe really set the tone, but this how he talk about Cole. Every time he give it up like that. They don't like that. They do not like that. They want people to just basically don't mention Cole at all. They want it to be like Jordan versus LeBron. But then you got the AIs out there. You got the Chris Boshes. You got the Kevin Durants. You got the Steph Currys who put Kobe in his top 5. He put Jordan in his top 5. And then he puts Kobe at small forward. People like, why you ain't put LeBron? That's Steph's top 5, dog. You got KD. He like, man, Jordan and Kobe, 1A, 1B. You can't even say 2. This is what Kevin Durant is saying. You see what I'm saying? They don't like that. Let's listen to Chris Bosh some more. All right, let's check out another thing. Click that like button too.
So what are some of your best memories about the '08 team? Obviously, you're around D Wade, Melo, LeBron. You guys came in the same draft in '03, so you're very familiar with each other. Kobe was on that team also.
Kobe was
CP3. So what are some of your best memories about that besides winning? Obviously, that was the greatest memory of winning.
Yeah.
So what are some of your behind the scenes memories?
Hanging with Kobe, of course.
Boom.
We went to the village quite a bit. I want to say every other day. We had built this thing where we would play. The next day we practiced and then go hang out at the village. But just to hang out at the village, see the spirit of the games, talk to the people, eat in the mess hall, eat the same food. And like seeing how big Kobe was. Because LeBron is Kobe's the guy, and LeBron, he's like, okay, he's the guy you can touch. You can't touch Kobe,
right?
LeBron you can touch, kinda, and he's on his way, and like he's one of the best in the world. But then Kobe was around, and it was just, I mean, the way people reacted to that guy was crazy.
Do you see how he separated it? Like, hey, LeBron was here, and then Kobe, biggest in the world. They don't like when players come out and be telling stories like this. I'm just telling y'all. Y'all think, nah, man, they don't. No, especially Chris Bosh. Because Chris Bosh is a guy that played with LeBron and won 2 championships with him. So they really like, yo, bruh, don't be coming out saying Kobe this, Kobe that. They don't like that. So this is why Rich Paul comes out and say Chris Bosh wasn't a part of the big 3. It wasn't a big 3 in Miami now. Y'all probably wonder, why would he say that? It's because of stuff like this. But let's listen to another clip. This when Chris Bosh is talking about Kobe scoring 81. Really listen to how he speak about Kobe. It's crazy, dog. The utmost respect. He's saying, yo, he the biggest in the world. The gap is this big. The gap is really that big. Let's go, though.
January 22nd, 2006, you happen to be on that team in which Kobe, rest his soul again, dropped 81. Everybody talks about Jalen Rose, and you kind of and you don't ever mention it. So you've done a great job of like, hey, nobody, doesn't anyone remember that I was on that squad? So I ain't gonna bring it up.
I brought it up a couple times, just a couple times, not a lot. It's more like a trivia thing. And then people say, oh, that is you. Oh, you can watch the game and maybe not even know it's me because I look a little different. I was pretty young. I think I was like 22.
Yeah.
22, 23 at the time. Yeah, that was embarrassing, man.
So what do you remember about that game? And then when he got it going, did you ever think he would get to that plateau?
No, I didn't. Okay, so like all I remember, I remember halftime.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't know, but he scored 55 points in the second half.
Right.
That's like the stat. That's the staggering.
And that's the thing people don't really notice about Kobe and his points. Jordan always said, hey, you score 8 points a quarter, that's 32 points. Kobe wasn't like that. He would score 2 points in a quarter, get the team involved, and then the next quarter, 19. And then he'll score 2 and 19. You see what I'm saying? So that's just how he was with his game. He never cared about, all right, I got to keep up with a certain point because I could get him anytime I want. That's how Kobe was. Let's keep going.
Well, the butt of the rug,
you know what I mean? They think it was like, okay, 40. Nah, yeah, 55. I just remember we were up. We weren't a very good team at the time.
But you were up big on him.
We were up big. We were up about 14, 16 points. And on the road, we're feeling great. He's got 26 points, right? So I'm like, hey, Kobe can have 50. Don't matter. As long as we win by, man, I just remember he came out. It's like he couldn't miss. I don't know. It's like you just start watching him play because he started doing stuff you never see anybody do.
Right.
Nobody was pulling up for threes. Steph Curry started pulling up for threes again. Nobody saw that back then. He was pulling up from that far, you know. And the game, the second half just started. It just started the second half. He just come out, shoot it. Bop, bop, bop. Okay, he hits like 4 threes in a row, if I remember correctly. And that's like 12 points.
Thanks.
And then he just started hitting everything. And we were bad defensively already. So it wasn't like there was a bunch of resistance. So it was that perfect storm of he hit every three, he hit every shot, and he shot a lot of free throws.
Right. So it was really the perfect storm.
Oh, it was the perfect storm, man. He gave it to us, man. And that was a tough one, man. And it was kind of like, I just remember running back and forth, just like, yo, this can't be real. You kind of get stuck in a dream almost, like, can we stop this? I don't know. He just hit this fadeaway from over there. I've never seen that before. You just kind of get like, no way. Bop, like, God dang, this dude is killing.
So the horn goes up, the horn goes off, and you look up, and it says, and has Kobe, and he has 81. And did you is that a misprint? Ain't no way this man had 81 points in big game.
Hey, Shannon, I didn't even have to look. I just walked off. I knew what he had. His last two, free throw, and then they took him out. And I said, man, let's just get off the court. Let's get out of here as quickly as possible, man.
But see, this what they don't want for players of that era, but they remember. You see how vividly he remember? He like, dude, I was in a trance out there on the court. Players played against these guys. They remember Kobe, dog. They want people to forget about Kobe. No, don't mention Kobe. For a lot of reasons. You got Magic. They want Magic to be remembered as the greatest Laker. Not gonna happen because people remember Kobe. They got LeBron versus Kobe. Shaq versus Kobe, T-Mac versus Kobe, AI versus Kobe. It's a lot of people that went versus Kobe. You know what I'm saying? And the Boston Celtics versus Kobe and his Lakers. And he just was winning battles, man. You know what I'm saying? So They want people to forget about that. And another thing he mentioned was Steph Curry shooting them threes, but he was inspired by Kobe. Kobe was doing that first. People forget that too. Them deep threes, that was cold. Go watch the game winner against the Trailblazers. First off, he hit a deep three to send that game into overtime. And then hit a three to win the game when they was down by 2. But think about this for you young kids. I watched these games. I watched that 81. I watched Kobe do amazing things on the court. It's literally nobody, 0, in the NBA currently today that's as good as Kobe Bryant. He's the best player I've ever seen. I didn't see Mike like that. You know, I started watching 99, 98, but I really didn't know what was going on 98. 99 is when I started understanding stuff more, you know. Grant Hill, first favorite player of all time, you know. So I was into basketball 95, but I wasn't really understanding stuff. Grant Hill was a monster too. Don't get it twisted. And shout out to Duke. You know, I hate y'all ain't get it done. But yeah, man, they hate when Chris Bosh and other players show Kobe love because they want people to forget about Kobe. Hey, just do Mike and Jordan. I mean, LeBron versus Jordan. Nah, dog. They remember. And that's why Rich Paul said what he said. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts on this. Put it down in the comments. As always, if this your first time here, make sure you sub to the channel. Check out the other content. Click that like button. Y'all be easy. Be safe. Peace.